We continue on through the early stages of this series. Some of you, I would say rightfully, still concerned about how long it's going to take to build up this team, if ever, due to the limitations that we currently have implemented. I will say that we are going to keep things the same until it's clear that if we don't change it, we're absolutely screwed. And after the last draft, I still have some optimism. I mean, yeah, we didn't end up with an A or B prospect, but Charley Mares, I'm going to go with Mares, or Mares, I'm going to go with Mares, is looking pretty damn good. And again, Chris Hummel might also be a very useful player for us on top of the guys that we already have. I don't know. I'm somewhat optimistic. The thing is, though, for today, again, it's more of the same. We are going to sim through the rest of this season. We'll get through a Rule 5 and a normal draft at the very least, and we'll see from there. I don't know, maybe I don't want this episode to be approaching an hour long by going through 2 of the drafts. But again, as far as, looking at this team, of course, the whole Draft to Glory, Jesus Christ, what a trade. As far as the whole Draft to Glory format and everything, or nations, obviously this is a bit of a hybrid between the two. We've done it on pretty much every sports game franchise that you can. Some take longer than others. I still have optimism that we will eventually get to the point where we at least have a chance to be competitive. No one wants Carlos Rodon, Jesus. But we will at least get to the point where we're going to be competitive. It's just whether or not that team then takes the step up from being competitive to actually being able to, contend for a title. There are 2 different levels. We'll see where this team caps out. Hopefully, it is with a championship, but time will tell. Sean Reed-Foley's up to a 90 already. Jesus Christ. And Luis Castillo dealt to Cleveland. That is ridiculous. But like I said in the last episode, although, you know what, before I continue on, because I just saw the Astros there, congrats to Nationals fans. If you are watching this, that is, like, I know in terms of viewership, that World Series isn't going to go down as the most popular in the world, but that was ridiculous. Like, I struggled to get into baseball this year, and I think it's because the Bruins went to the Stanley Cup final. So it's just, and it didn't help that the Red Sox were choking. Which is fine. I wouldn't call myself, I'm not a fair weather Red Sox fan. It's not like I'm only supporting them when they win. Like, no, I'd support the Red Sox no matter what. But I just struggled to get into it a little bit this year. I was into that World Series, man. And just for the way it ended, just the ridiculous comeback, I feel so bad for Zach Greinke. As my God, speaking of the World Series, we have a reverse of last year's World Series. And for the first time in this series, the Yankees haven't won the whole damn thing. But yeah, congrats to Nationals fans, at the very least for Stros fans. I mean, hey, you guys won 2 years ago, right? That works. At least that's the approach I had to take when the Bruins, won in 2011 and then lost in 2013. It's like, well, at least they won before. So I've been there as a fan. But yeah, there we go. The Dodgers finally won a World Series. They beat the Red Sox in 6 games to do so. Let's take a quick look at least at the top half of the team, just so that you guys can get a look at who's there. And yeah, a lot of familiar faces, including Clayton Kershaw, whose ERA was terrible. So yeah, who says this game's unrealistic? Clayton Kershaw still struggled in the playoffs, so this time the team was able to get over the line. We won 28 games this year. I do want to take a look at the awards and some of our stats. Postseason MVPs Brandon Marsh and Chad Pinder, who also won World Series MVP, rightfully so. Those numbers are absolutely insane. MVPs Daniel Palka and Andrew Benintendi. Cy Young to Jose Barrios and Walker Buehler. So DeGrom and Sale have been dethroned. Corey Seager wins the batting title, as does Ronald Acuna. Reliever of the year Kenley Jansen wins it again, as Diego Castillo takes it in the AL. Rookie of the year, Trevor Lernock? I'm going to go with Lernock. It's probably Lernock. Trevor. And Luis Garcia wins it in the NL. Hank Aaron Awards to Acuna and Corey Seager. So a quick look, really quickly if we can. Okay, some of the stats aren't going to show up, but yeah, so it's like Hutson at a 5.3 ERA is pretty rough. Lewis Thorpe was over a 5, although I still like him as a Rule 5 pickup. A 4.5 for Alan Boykin. Jordan at a 4.6. That's not too bad. Again, the pitching's getting there, and John Kida is literally Satan. So, yeah, straight 6s. Yeah, Beelzebub is proud. So, overall, I mean, I actually don't even think lineup-wise. Do we have anyone to look at? Maciel? Ugh. Not good. At all. Whew, we got a long way to go. That's what we know. To the off-season we go. Let's do this. Retired players. We did not lose anybody that we drafted, which is good. Any Hall of Famers this year? Indeed, Miguel Cabrera made the Hall of Fame. Of course, we sent him back down to Miami. Ultimately, though, of course, he did not win anything, but that is okay. We have no free agent negotiations to worry about, but we do need a hitting coach and a first base coach. Fred Slatton is ridiculous, as is Lauren Michael Cole. Justin Reese is also a monster. Let's go for the Cole. I'm in love with the Cole. It's gonna be that type of day, folks. First base coach is what we also needed. And is there anyone who doesn't have? There we go. Ryan Mascara. No detrimental stats. Hopefully you guys both sign. Mascara is on. Cole went to the Cubs. I am no longer in love with the Cole. Slayton is there. Let's try to sign you up. That is the top offer out of the gates. And there we go. Okay, cool. So, again, the staff slowly but surely turning around. We didn't want to, fire anybody and waste any funds. And as far as handling the re-signings, let's see what we can do. And, 40-man, we're not in danger of losing anybody, so that's good. I don't have to worry about that. Actually, that was arbitration. 40-man. I'm just a little bit worried about accidentally losing somebody that I don't want to lose. I don't think we would, though, because pretty much anybody that we've tried... Wow, Justin Summers is a top prospect. Wait, was he A potential before? Or was he a high B? Regardless, Justin Summers showing up as an A potential prospect. Good God. It's looking pretty good. So yeah, anybody like a 63... I don't think I have to worry about losing anybody on the 40-man. I don't think I have to. And worst case scenario, we fix that. So contracts. Let's start off here. Lewis Thorpe needs to be signed. Let's go 2 years. Save a little bit of money long term. Not that we really need to worry about it. Alan Boykin also needs a deal. He is up to a 74 at 20 years old. C potential. See if we can sign him. Hutson is 23, 73, and a C. Going to be bringing him back. Let's again save just a little bit of money. And Mitch Vargas, 23 and only a 61. So it's not looking too good for old Mitch. Aside from that, none of these guys are actually ours. Relievers, we don't have anyone to worry about. Closers, Eric Encarncion is a 74. I wouldn't be surprised if just, it's mainly morale reasons. Catchers, Ralph Moseley, our big-time catcher. He's a 76! Oh, let's go. Dude, he's a monster. He's MLB ready already. I'm going to just throw him a ton of money. In relative ton of money compared to what he's making. Justin Summers will throw you a bit of money because you are my favorite. Greg Bowling will also throw a bit of money. I can't believe how much, how high the stealing rating is for him as a first baseman. I just feel like that's a bit of a rarity. Third base, we have nobody to worry about. Shortstop, Sal Quintero is already signed. We have Edgar Diaz in left. Throw him some money. And center, Maciel needs to be signed. We'll go 2 years. Vierling and Clevenger are not ours. And then in right, Warden is already taken care of. So there we go. We're good. Quick and easy. We just need all those guys to re-sign. Shohei Ohtani goes to the Phillies. Had we said we were allowed to sign good players out of the gates, we would have done a fantasy draft. He would probably be on this team. But that is a different life, a different series. Urias to the Yankees. Kyle Crick. Love that name. I'm sorry. Like, if Kyle Crick isn't said with like a South Georgian accent, then what's even the point? Cody Bellinger to the Red Sox. Jesus Christ, that contract. Nationals sign Ahmed Rosario. JT Chargot. I've always struggled with his name. It's Chargot, isn't it? Chargois. The Chargus. Charge Goy for Dalton Pompey and Justin Schaefer. Luis Castillo to the Yankees. They're stocking up again. Matt Olson to the Nats. Reese Hoskins to the Brewers for Steven Matz and Lucas Erceg. Jesus. Some of these trades. Reyes Morantes on the move. Derek Law. Yohan Moncada to the Pirates. Jesus. And I think we're good to go. Trevor Rosenthal to Atlanta. And let's just make sure everybody signed here, shall we? So Thorpe is the only holdout. I offered him 2 years at 1.8. Right? Yeah, it was 2 years. I think I did 1.8 total though. I must have. So let's go. Let's give him a little bit more. Let's give him a little bit more. Hopefully force him into signing. Paul Sewell to the Red Sox. And have you signed? Yes, you have. That's all it took, was just a little bit more of a push. A little bit more inspiration. David Dahl to the Mets. No trades, thank you. And we are cruising to the Rule 5. Drew Steckenrider to the Braves. Matt Chapman to the Giants. Sean Manaea to the Dodgers. Forrest Whitley traded to Arizona for J.B. Bukowskis and Luis Kristen. Ronald Guzman to Seattle. Get me to that sweet Rule 5, if you would. Hunter Dozier to the Mets. And one more sim period. Hunter Renfroe to the Cards. Jordan Montgomery to the Stros. Malik Smith to the Astros for Chris Davinsky. Will Smith, that's awkward. And Framber Valdez. Ryan Yarbrough to the Giants. They're stocking up a little bit. And that brings us to the Rule 5. Joey Lucchesi to the Rockies. Yasiel Puig to the White Sox. We have the number 1 pick again, which isn't surprising. Let's take a look at what we have here. Obviously, we're looking for prospects, primarily. I mean, you know, like Kyle, you'd help. Not with my pronunciations, but you'd help. Or like Dalton Varsho, right? Would help short term. But really, it just makes sense to look for prospects. And Cam Ling, as a catcher, is one of those prospects. So we'll keep him in mind. Not a bad option. 74B at 24 years old. We'll keep him in mind. Is there anything that can beat that in terms of age overall and potential? Will Banfield... I don't think we're going to find anybody that's better than that. Venezuelan's not available to us. Emil Urbina out of Texas is not available. Okay, so if we want a catcher, we have Cam Ling, and that would be fine. Moseley can't play a secondary position. Ling can play third. That'd be pretty big for us. Granted, we have Charlie who could play third, but still. Grant Levine out of New Hampshire, not available to us. Again, there are potential guys who could help fill out the roster, but we do probably want to look for the guys that we might potentially be able to turn into superstars. Puerto Rican there, not available to us. So second base. Delgado, Guillermo, I guess it would be. Not really interested. Ronnie Brito is out of the Dominican. Not available to us here. I mean, we might be taking a catcher, maybe not. Tim Aguilera, Dominican. Damn, that would have been an amazing pickup for us. That would have been so good. Third base, Hudson Potts and Mark Vientos are not going to be available, but we'll check. Case in point. Yu Chang, 28 though, out of Taiwan. He'd be available, but he's 28. I'd rather take the catcher, for obvious reasons. Miguel Geraldo, Dominican. That's unfortunate. Luis Toribio, Dominican. Damn it. Couple of good options, but Apostle's going to be available, right? Yeah, Curacao, but I'm not interested. Shortstops, anybody? Nick Allen out of California. Will Wilson. Fuck off, Will Wilson. Oh, your parents hate you. Osiris Johnson, not available. Christopher Cease. Wenseal. Arias is not available. Luis Garcia, Dominican. I think we're taking that catcher. Rockland, Venezuela, not available. Braden Shoemake That's supposed to be Schumacher? Schumacher. Superstar. Garcia. Cuban. Not available. Lin would be available, but let's be honest, we're not really interested. Newton is Dutch. Okay. I mean, we do need the second baseman. 24B. So he's the same age, same overall, or same age, same potential, but he's 3 overall points weaker than Ling. Again, taking Ling isn't necessarily ideal, but even if that leads to us qualifying him, he heads to free agency, we get draft picks in return a few years down the road, I don't hate that. As Geronimo Francisco is also not going to help. Flores, yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. Ling is the standard bearer right now. Cole Roederer. Anybody else? Not really. In center, Brendan Davis isn't going to be available. Nice, out of Arizona. Anybody? Jeremy De La Rosa is not available. Canario? Nope. I think our position player is going to be Ling. Cabello out of Venezuela, not available. Torres, Colombian. Okay, so Jahan, it's probably John still. Torres is an option. Duly noted. He's not better than Ling, but if we end up taking a pitcher first, which I don't think we will, he could be the fallback. It's Jacob Pearson's out of Louisiana. Justin Williams. Okay, I think we have our fallback, and it's that center fielder, although there is also that shortstop. But Cam Ling is going to be the guy. Yeah, he's going to be the guy. So, pitching-wise, is there a top-notch starter? Because if not, we do kind of need some bullpen help. I mean, we obviously need help everywhere, but you get my point. Dino! Why do you got to be from a place where I can't pick you because of... That made sense. Trey Riley. Scott Blewett. Good old Scott Blewett. Who is 30? So that doesn't help. Blake Walston out of North Carolina. Nick Nieder. Gill? Nope. Sam Carlson's not going to be available. Oviedo? No. Sandy Gaston? Cuban. Damn it. Ronci Contreras. Also not available to us. What about Wood Richardson? Boy, you can tell he was added into the game manually. Gilbert isn't going to be available. Okay, there's a lot of starting pitchers here, though. First pick, we are taking the catcher, Cameron Ling. Probably won't play catcher for us. We'll see what happens, but he is too good to pass up on. The Japanese-born, very well-rounded Cam Ling is the pick, and we'll see who else is available. But I'm confident that was going to be where we were going anyway. So in terms of not looking at the relievers at the time, I don't really care. Especially, too, because I know that there are going to be starters at the very least. There was only one reliever taken, I think. I might have overlooked one. And I don't think he was that good anyway. Or at least was eligible for us. As, speaking of not good or not eligible, that means basically everybody here. Which really sucks. Yeah, it's going to have to be another starter. Which I don't hate. That'll force somebody else back down to AAA. Which is honestly good news. I just don't know who the hell it's going to be. Alright, are we giving up on relievers? We are... Sito Yokoyama. Interesting. 26B and a 70. 26B and a 70 for Yokoyama. Noted. Again, Kowar was there. 26B and a 70. He might be the guy to take. He might very well be. Oviedo wasn't available. Contreras. Oh boy, it's probably going to be a starter though. I would think it would have to be. which again I don't hate, because we don't have to overthink it too much with like, oh, well, it's a Rule 5, he has to play in the majors. It's like, yeah, that's fine. He's going to be better than who we have anyway. Mauricio is Venezuelan. Hanafi, Virginia. The great country of Virginia. It's sarcasm, folks. Come on. Anybody please. Kloffenstein. You're not. Nope. Nope. That reliever, man. I don't know. Riley Pines out of Kansas. Cody Bolton. I doubt it. It's looking like. So I knew eventually we'd end up with more options in the Rule 5. That's just how it goes. There are a ton. But I think it might be that reliever. Unless there is somebody here towards the bottom who just out of nowhere is eligible. But it's not looking all that promising. Santos? Damn it, Dominican again. Please, let there be somebody. Let there be somebody. I'm begging you. Steward! Damn it. Steward? Is that a typo? Steward. My man Steward. Tim Cates. Parker Dunshee. That's a great name, too. I think we're cashing out with that reliever. Unless Ociel Rodriguez. Nope, Dominican. What about Leon Richardson? Nope. Heart of a Lion. Freddie Tarnock. Damn it. Sound like a fucking dinosaur hunter. Yep, it's that reliever. I don't know if this is the right choice or not, but we have so few options that it is the choice being made. We are going with the reliever, who is way down here, but that is okay. We are going for Brooks Pounder. I wish. That's a Hall of Fame name right there. Where the hell? Please tell me. There he is. Sito Yokoyama is going to be the pick. He is just the third bullpen arm that we have picked up in either draft. But Sito Yokoyama is the pickup. And with that, we are done for the Rule 5. So I will see you guys at the draft. I will skip all of the boring stuff. Although, you know what? Hold on. No, hold on. Let me get to spring training. And I will let you see the overalls for all of our players. And then I'll fill out the roster as need be. And then we'll sim and get through the entry draft. There's a hell of a lot of moves that are going down here. And we will sim past arbitration hearings, sim to renewable contracts, and sim to spring training in 2 weeks. There we go. We are here. Actually, first step, whenever we get here, is to see if there are any new scouts. I lost a scout. That sucks. So Robbie Winkler will have to replace that guy. I think I actually lost my best scout. So that's the scouting department. It's okay. It's not great. It really isn't. But let's take a look at the organization. So at catcher, we have Moseley and Cameron Ling, who are both looking decent, especially Moseley, though. At first, Justin Summers, and again, Greg Bowling. It's not going to happen for him, but Justin Summers is the man. Charley Mares at third, might very well be in the majors this year. And shortstop, we have Sal Quintero, who is not good, unfortunately. Edgar Diaz in left, who, we'll see. Maciel, Hummel, and Mike Chen. All three of them are ours at the moment. And the Warden of the West. In fairness, he's in right field, so it's probably more the Northeast. But Sean Warden isn't that great. And then obviously, pitching staff-wise, Eric Encarncion is a beast. Yokoyama's looking good. Chauncey Rice, not so much. For our starters, though, we have Thorpe, Hutson, Boykin, Jordan, Kida, and Vargas. And, of course, the rest of these guys are just, random signings that we filled out the roster with. So I will see you guys for the draft. Let's hope for a little bit of luck this year. All right, it is draft time. We absolutely suck. 8 wins on the season to this point. The only thing we don't rank dead last in is speed. Although, a quick look, I should have showed you guys at the top. This is the current list of top prospects, which in fairness has changed since the beginning of the season. But Ralph Moseley is on that list. as is Justin Summers at 34. I feel like I might have missed somebody, but there are some impressions there, and hopefully in the upcoming draft we can get some players that will add to that list. There are quite a few options in terms of relief pitching where we might be able to make an impact. Time will tell. Let's do this. The 2024 draft. Let's see what we have. Starting off, catcher-wise, Rafael Ramirez is not available. There is Stephen Kim, who, he's not first overall pick worthy, so that's all we have there. First base-wise, Stuart Yokoyama is not worth it, unfortunately. Just overall-wise, it's not going to be very good. Lee Ju, on the other hand, Joe Lee. High injury risk. Interesting for the contact and the vision, at the very least. Tom dog. And James Chi, So Lee Ju. How much emphasis in South Korea do you put on the J? I don't know. I'm going to go with Lee Ju, though, for now. Second base, nobody. Third base, Philip Park out of South Korea. Again, interesting. I think was a little bit better in the field than old Lee Ju. Gary Pook. Not very good, unfortunately. And Dougie Kondo out of Japan. Also not that good. Shortstop-wise, Claude Yamashita. Fast as hell. That's about all he's got going for him. In left, Matt Miller out of Canada. Very well-rounded, not that good. Hideki Sirota has a little bit of power to his game, but it's not that great. 6'4" out of Japan. And John Tachiki, I guess it would be. Unfortunately, I was looking at Roger Haas, and I'm like, you're not available. In center, Caruso is, of course, from Puerto Rico, whereas Richie Trejo, though, is available. A very well-rounded Mexican option. And honestly, probably right now the pick for who we'd be taking number one. That's pretty good. Emilio Sanchez, not bad. Might honestly be the number one if it wasn't for Trejo. And then Kenny Starks, not too bad either for the Dutch-born center fielder. In right, Jeff Mendoza out of Panama is the pick. Never mind. I like Trejo. I know he's listed as a blue chipper. Holy shit. Like, that's not even an option. That's not even an option. It has to be Jeff Mendoza. It has to be. I can't turn down those stats. Panama is available. That is insane. Oh, it sucks, though, because Trejo is probably going to be a 90. He's probably going to be an A potential guy. He's out for 3 years. But then you have Mendoza, who's ready next year and could still be a B to an A. Which, damn. Roger Moore. Roger Moore. Why does that sound familiar? Who the hell is Roger Moore? Hold on. Yes, I am Googling this right now. Isn't that James Bond? I can draft James Bond? That is James Bond. Cool. I thought so. I'm like, what? I didn't want to say James Bond without it actually being James. It is James Bond, though. Yeah, interesting. Not good enough, though. Robert Whalen, not available, or he is available, but not an option. It's down to Mendoza or the center fielder, unless there is a can't-miss pitcher. There is Mark Kojima. Not quite Hideo, but he is pretty goddamn good. Barry Jensen's also pretty good, as is Short. So there are 3 decent closers we could get, and again, there's some depth here. I don't think we have to worry about a reliever in the first round. And then for starting pitchers, we have Johnny Elise, who is really good. Oh, damn. One of the 2 outfielders are he's not really good, but he's good. And then Matt Mauer's not available, nor is Lincoln Heim. Teddy Shim is the next guy that we have. He's okay. Some questionable stats. Garcia out of Nicaragua is not bad. And then David Lee out of Taiwan. The home runs are a concern, but all right, for me, it comes down to Johnny Elise, because I don't want to take another reliever in the first round. It comes down to Johnny Elise, Richie Trejo, or Jeff Mendoza. And I'm going with Jeff Mendoza. I feel like he's the biggest risk of them all. But goddamn, man. Goddamn, he's the pick. A Panamanian, Jeff Mendoza, is going #1 overall. Trejo goes to Tampa. And Johnny Elise also went in the first round. He ended up in Seattle. Theodore Shim's also off the board. Time will tell if we made the right choice. Second round, who do we have? So there are 2 starting pitchers. And Geraldo Garcia, again, looks pretty damn good. And David Lee, also not that bad. But I'm intrigued by Garcia. A year younger and ready at least a year earlier. For relievers, Sheldon Roy, although if he's from French Canada, I guess it'd be Sheldon Waugh. He's solid. Walks and home runs a bit of a concern. Benito Ramirez, the only real concern there is walks. And then for closers, Short is also pretty good. So there's a starter or a closer if we want him. Li Ju is okay. Li Ju. Tom Na, again, wasn't that great. Kondo, Yamashita, Soroka had the power. We got to take a pitcher here for sure. And unfortunately, I was hoping by some miracle. Again, Emilio Sanchez isn't that bad, nor is Starks. It's got to be a pitcher. So is it going to be a starter or a reliever? 65, 70, 70, 70. It's either going to be Garcia or Short. We have a lot of work to do in the bullpen. I'm going to go with, oh man, Short. It's probably going to be a good potential, but the rating's going to be iffy. And then there's Garcia. Which, I mean, we do have starters, but we really do kind of need another sure thing. That's a tough call. That's a real tough call. I'm going to go with the bullpen. I'm going to go with Jerold. I don't feel good about that. But I look at those 5 starters. It's okay. But that bullpen right now, there's very little. And if we don't have a chance to draft anybody later, I got to start to kind of draft for need. Or best available. 3-pitch starter, too. Out of Nicaragua. Wow, this sucks. I'm gonna go for the Canadian, I think. I'm going for Garcia. I don't know if that's the right choice or not. Oh boy. If by some miracle he was still on the board, that would be sweet. Oh my god, he might be. Wait a minute. Oh my god, yes, thank god. We're taking him immediately. Okay, we got the outfielder, we got a starter, we got a closer. At least another reliever. Is there anybody left as of this next round? There is. There are 2. Tom Na and John Tachiki. Na is not good. Tachiki is not good. We will take the first baseman, Tom Na. And Tachiki's off the board. So again, we are out at the end of the 4th round. If we start to get in trouble, then I'll be on board with the idea of just select somebody random. I'll be on board with that. For now, though, I'm sticking to this being overly difficult, if not stupidly, without purpose difficult. But I am so nervous to see what just happened, and if I made the right choice with that first round pick. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Home run. Yes! Whoo, boy, that's a damn good draft. Jeff Mendoza is a 74 at 21 years old, B potential. The other outfielder's probably an A, but he's not going to be that good. Mendoza is a well-rounded beast. The durability, it's a bit low. But yeah, the speed, the fielding, it's all just so well-rounded to start off. That is tremendous. I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Garcia is, again, another decent C potential guy, 66 at 20 years old, so I can't complain about him at all. And again, I think that just kind of adds to the list of players that might be able to make things work for us. Short is a 61 at 21 years old, but he does have that high B potential, and he put on a hell of a smirk. That was interesting. But and his name's Jerold, which is amazing. Jerold. It's not Gerald. Gerald with a G. Jerold Short, who, yeah, decent chance of being a back-end option. And Tom Nah, I mean, his overall's terrible for a 20-year-old, but he has C potential, so you never know. Might have a better chance than Greg Bowling of ever making it close. So 4 players that are worth signing. The question, though, did we done goof? Matt Maurer wasn't available to us. Did we screw this up? Johnny Elise, I am happy with who we took. Elise isn't bad. Happy with who we took. Boy, there's a lot of nothing here. Lee Ju was okay. Lee, you're looking all right. Anybody else here who is, going to make me regret my decision making in this episode? So far, doesn't appear to be the case. Lincolnheim, strong mutton. Strong mutton. I thought they misspelled Connecticut for a second. I'm like, what the hell did you even do? Rafael Ramirez wasn't available to us. Stephen Kim. Philip Park. Rich Lowry. Lee Yang. Ooh, that would have been unfortunate. Francisco Santana. Gary Pook. Theodore Shim was solid, but again, still happy with who we picked. Roger Moore. James Bond goes to Baltimore. Now that's a feature film. I think we did okay. So here's the thing. Our guy is the same age and is what? A 74. Our guy's the same age and 11 overall points better. I have a feeling they're going to cap out at the same place. And right now, Trejo needs to work on his batting. Badly. So I think, again, same age, 11 overall point difference. The ceiling might be a little bit higher for Trejo, but they're probably going to cap out on the same overall. So I don't feel that bad about it, and we get a guy who's better now, which you could argue isn't worth it, but it could help build up the rest of the team. Kojima would have been a hell of a pick. Yokoyama would have been a decent pick as well. The good thing is we don't need an all-star first baseman. So I'm fairly happy having taken Jeff Mendoza first overall. Will those be famous last words at some point in the future? Perhaps.